Hi guys, I'm no fan of Andrew Castle from LBC, as I generally see him as weak when holding the Tories to account, but that was not the case when he interviewed Home Office Minister Robert Jenrick on Sunday. The Tory was asked perhaps a dozen times to name an individual that he claimed he outed in an article for the Sun newspaper. Jenrick was suggesting that Starmer and his advisor were attempting and managing to block the Home Office from deporting people, and their efforts were undermining the government's goal of stopping the boats. This call went on for 3 minutes, and Jenrick lied about naming the person in the article and refused to name them in the interview. Insane stuff. Have a listen.
It's also by Keir Starmer's, one of his closest advisors, who is involved in that legal action. So the Labour Party...
What's his name or her name?
...implicit in trying to prevent this approach.
Well, perhaps they disagree with your policy, so they're using all means to stop it, which is fair enough within the confines of the law. Who is this person? Who is Sir Keir Starmer's friend?
They should be on it. Well, they've sat on a number of boards that are linked to the...
So I don't know, Robert, what the name of this person is, so we could look up the story. I wonder if you could tell us the name of this person so we can have a good look at it.
Well, you can read, if you'd like, my op-ed in today's Sun that talks about Sir Keir's advisor, who sat on a number of panels with him. But the point I'm making here is that the Labour Party's approach is one whereby they support all of these efforts to prevent our efforts to stop the boats. And, I think that people just have to be honest about that. That's going to make life much more difficult to take forward the policy that we're pursuing.
Sir Keir Starmer, you say in your op-ed in The Sun today, page 14, faces serious questions about his links with charities and lawyers who've campaigned to thwart our work to stop the boats. Today we learned that a top lawyer who advised Labour on anti-racism policies is at the forefront of efforts to stop people being deported to Rwanda. Where is it? Where is the name here?
Well, it's in the article.
What is the name? Please, what's the name? I don't think
it's true that some people refuse to acknowledge that.
I don't think you've named.
It's illegal,
Robert. I don't think you've named this person, Sir Keir's mate, who's trying to thwart all your cunning plans to stop people getting in boats and coming over here. I don't think you've named the person in this article. Either that, or some sub has taken it out. So I'll ask you again. Can you just name the person that you claim in your article is stopping people being deported to Rwanda, who is a mate of Sir Keir Starmer? Can you just give me the name?
Well, it is actually named in the article that we've seen, and also
where is it? What's the name? What line? What paragraph?
In the Home Secretary. Well, I'll send it to you. So.
No, it's not named. The person is not named. This is the article, excuse me, this is the article online. Now, Andrew Castle had the physical article. I don't know if you could hear, but he was ruffling pages. So he had the physical article and he couldn't find the name. This is the online article. I'm sorry to show you the Sun, but we have to do this. Let's go through the article. I'm not going to read it, but we can have a quick scan for a name. Well, Keir Starmer is mentioned at the very beginning, Sir Keir Starmer. Picture of Starmer. Picture of people arriving on the sea, from the sea, in Kent. Then we have mentions of Stop the Boats Act, Parliament, illegal arrivals, hard-working British people. Keir Starmer mentioned again, France mentioned, cost of illegal immigration mentioned, Labour Party mentioned, NHS, cost of living, Belgium, Italy, gangs, still no names, military sites, dinghies, Stop the Boats Act, Rwanda, British public. Keir Starmer mentioned once again, rubbing his hands, the government, and that's it. That's the end of the article. So Robert Jenrick was lying about someone else's name appearing in the Sun article, Sun op-ed, both the physical copy, because Andrew Castle couldn't find it, and we can't find it here. I can't find it. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it yourself, unless it's been updated since then. But the name is not in the article. Now, why is the name not in the article? Because that person could probably sue So he will say, yes, there is a web of cronies, Keir Starmer cronies, who are trying to stop us from doing our job. Now, Keir Starmer can't stop you in Parliament because you have a majority. Let me get rid of the Sun, okay. The lawyers can't stop you because it's the Home Office that decides whether people are deported or not. How does this work? People arrive in the United Kingdom. They make a claim of asylum. Then they are processed. Sometimes it takes a long time to be processed, but that's how things work. They arrive in the UK, they put in a claim for asylum, and then they're processed. Now, if that claim is successful, they move on to refugee status. Then they eventually are able to buy a house, rent a house, get a job, whatever, contribute to society. If they are rejected, they're deported. Now, if there are some legal issues, they will seek legal advice, and lefty lawyers, as Robert Jenrick and others like to call them, or human rights lawyers, will help them, if there's a case to be fought, for them to stay in the country. If that case is not successful, they are deported. But it's the Home Office that deport people. And it's the Home Office that decide whether people stay or not. Not Keir Starmer, not Keir Starmer's advisor, not lefty lawyers. Well, it's also judges that decide. But when it comes to the asylum claim, the Home Office decide whether the person is deported or not. So if the law has been broken, it's the judge that will decide. But if the claim is successful, it's down to the Home Office. But this is once again an attempt to convince the public that Keir Starmer and some lefty lawyers are attempting to thwart the government's attempt to deport people, when that's not the case. It's dangerous because, as I said before, you have headbangers listening to this. You have headbangers reading these articles in the Scum, the Sun newspaper, and thinking, oh, the enemy here is Keir Starmer. The enemy is these lefty lawyers who want to twist and turn the rules to make sure that these people stay, even if they've entered the country illegally, even if they have no right to be in the country at all. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.